In this video, we're going to talk to you about the Brother NS2750D. The 2750D is a combination sewing and embroidery machine, giving you hundreds of sewing stitches built in, from quilting, garment construction, heirloom, to a full 5" by 7" embroidery with Disney. The 2750D has a planogram up top that shows you all the stitches that are built into the machine. If I want to go from embroidery mode to sewing mode, all I have to do is remove my embroidery arm. Now there will be an accessory tray that comes with it that holds all the standard presser feet for the machine. It opens up and you can store everything in the machine. Then the machine will go into sewing mode. And there's a lot of information that's very easy to get to on this particular machine. All of the Brother presser feet will have letters indented into them and show me the stitch that I'm on. If I adjust the stitch length and stitch width, all those settings are right here, easy for me to get to. All I have to do is push this button here and I can page over to the stitches that I'm wanting to do. So if I find a stitch that I want to do, we'll pull this blanket stitch up and I'm able to adjust the length and the width on all the sewing patterns on this machine. Comes with a lot of accessories. The 2750D will also come with a 5x7 hoop, and it comes with a 5x12 hoop. On my front of my machine, I can access the hard drive of the machine if I want to change some settings. There is a sewing advisor built onto the machine. I can go to my categories of stitches and pull those up so I can find the category that I want to go to instead of having to fast forward through every stitch. On the front of the machine, I do have the ability to override the speed of the machine here. It does come with a foot control, but I also can use this button here as my start-stop button if I don't want to use a foot control. I do have the built-in scissor that I can snip the thread at any given time, and then this is needle up and needle down. The machine does have a tie feature that will tie the stitch off underneath for me, and I have reverse here. The path to threading on this machine is really easy. From my spool pin here, everything is going to be channeled for me, so make sure that I get in the proper tensions. I can go all the way down to my needle here, and I have a built-in needle threader on the machine. There's a little razor on the side of the machine, so when I come off the back side, I can clip my threads. The machine will have drop feed for your free motion quilting, free motion embroidery. If you need to put on a button or darn a hole, you can do that. And it does have a place here that I can put a knee lift so I can raise and lower the presser foot so I can keep my hands on the fabric. Built in on the screen, I have easy controls. All I have to do is move my stitch over. I pull the stitch up that I want to sew. I can go in here and adjust the width and the length on all my sewing patterns. There are places where I can adjust the tension, but I will tell you the tension system on the 2750, you're rarely going to have to adjust that in sewing mode. If you're having a tension issue, I would stop and give us a call first. We can talk you through some settings over the phone. Once the machine calibrates into embroidery mode, it'll pull up our main screen here, and I have a lot of information built in. On the 2750D, you have over 130 regular designs built in. There are 35 Disney characters that are built in on this machine. You do have a real pretty floral alphabet, and this alphabet will go all the way up and fill up the 5x7 hoop. That's a really nice gift that you can do, is just get a fabric, embroider that out, and give that to somebody, frame it up. Really nice, really pretty to do. It's so easy to do that. The machine does all the work for you. You have 2 pages of alphabets that's built in, and because this machine does have a USB port, that opens me up to getting other software for the machine. Ken Sewing Center carries all the optional programs for this machine. If you call us and let us know what you're wanting to do, we can help you and guide you, get you the correct software or accessory that you need for this machine. Then I can back up. If I go into my Disney characters, they have them categorized. We'll go to look at some of the vintage designs that's built in on this machine. The machine will give me the ability to move the design around. I can add names to designs. I can combine designs together. And then once I'm finished, all I have to do is hit in edit, and the machine will be ready to embroider this design out. It will tell me and it will recommend threads for me. If I want to look just like this, just straight up the colors and follow directions, it's going to show me the part of the design that's embroidering out. So let's say that I'm embroidering a red rose, and instead of the floral being red, I want it to be a yellow rose. When it gets to that section of the design, just straight up yellow, and that's what you're going to be embroidering out. So it's super easy to do things on this particular machine. The 2750D does a 5-inch by 7-inch area, and this is a very good size, the most popular size that's called for when you're doing things on garments. You can actually rotate the design 90 degrees and actually be embroidering left to right. So if you want to do a Bible verse or a poem, or you had a longer name, you have the ability to do that because we have that much area to work with. It will come with a larger hoop as well. It's a 5 by 12, but realize you're doing 5 inches by 7 inches of area at one time, and it's multi-positional. So on the side of my hoops here, I have more sections on the 5 by 12, so I can do a design and I move it up and be able to push my embroidery on down further onto the hoop. So let's do a quick embroidery on this machine, and I'll let you listen just how smooth it is. Attaching the hoops are really easy. The way this machine is set up, we have 2 nodules here on the embroidery arm. Once I get that locked in, my hoop is not going to come off. I don't have to worry about that in mid-embroidery. And all I have to do is lower my presser foot. If you notice right now, it's red. I can't do anything. If I hit it, this machine's going to beep at me. But now I lower the presser foot, I'm ready to go. So we're going to pull up this letter A here, and I'll get it hit set. I'm ready to embroider. The first thing we're going to be embroidering out will be the big letter A. So I'll show you how large that is. want to stop right here and show you that we also can do other things with this particular design. I'm going to zoom in. We could get a piece of fabric and cut and make an applique here. So if I wanted to fill this background in with another fabric, basically I could cut me a swatch of fabric. So it comes about halfway of this red stitching here. And then the machine is going to stitch over that. So I could have this background filled up with a different color. I could do that also here. And when I'm finished, I'll get my scissors and be able to trim all that out. Ken Sewing Center is your authorized brother dealer. We carry everything that's made for the 2750D. Once you purchase from us, you can call us any given time. Just be sitting in front of your machine, pick up the phone, and give us a call or drop us an email with any kind of questions you may have. We have a dedicated staff that's waiting to help you with anything you have need of for this machine.